All right, my Twitch team. We're going to be doing Cecil Hotel Investigation Part 1. And just so you know, this is off the cuff again. I tried really to arrange this to where it could it could go out better, but it didn't seem to come together as far as an arrangement of what to show next, what to show next, what to show next. I really tried to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you know that I'm going to be including in this show. I'm going to be including parts for the first investigation that I did in late March, early April of 2016 when I was in Los Angeles for a writers conference. You wouldn't think so. You would think I was just there for the Cecil, but believe it or not, I didn't. I knew about Alyssa Lamb, but I didn't really realize what hotel. I didn't know anything about the Cecil. Actually, I did know about the Cecil, but I didn't think anything about the Cecil. So therefore, it just didn't even occur to me where that happened. I just needed to find a cheap place to go in Los Angeles and to lay my head for 3 or 4 nights while I was doing the writers conference that I got invited to at the end of my graduate my last graduate degree. So I went, and before I went actually to look for to look online for a place to stay, and in doing so, I didn't know really what I was doing, but I found a place in downtown Los Angeles. I thought, okay, this is a great idea. I found a place that I can go to. This is gonna be sick. This is gonna be great. And then I open up a picture of the place, and it says in huge words on the side of the building, the Cecil, even though the place advertised itself as, and I quote, "Stay on Main." So I just went, the Cecil? No way. Really? So I kind of knew about the place. I knew about Alyssa Lamb's murder and all that, and I wanted to try and be respectful. So I'm not trying to do this just for the sake of what happened with her. That's not. But I really was interested, and but at the same time, I'm so much interested in what's going on with all the other things that went on at that hotel. The first night I got there, it was really, I found it really very disturbing. I found it a very disturbing night. So I couldn't sleep, and it was just a disturbing um, set of dreams being pursued in the military. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to. I think I showed you all at the end of my last session. I showed you all a piece of video involving what I said happened. So that still I'm gonna open up really from the start when I first get there, and then I'm gonna slide around and jump around with videos, pause them, talk about you, let you listen, and generally that's all the show's gonna be. I could do audio analysis, but you've seen me do that before, and I only do it if I have to. But when I really need you to hear something or listen for something, that's where I really want to stop and talk to you and have you listen again, that kind of thing. Now, if you want me to do an audio analysis, I can do one. All you have to do generally is to tell me that you want me to do one. Now, this is going to sound strange and odd. I'm actually not watching my stream from my channel. I'm actually watching it from my OBS software, and so therefore I don't see my stream when anyone's chatting, and I want to be able to do that. I want to use my third monitor for that, and I don't have it set up yet to read the stream right now, and I promise I'll correct for that so that I can speak to people. I'm also going to be pushing the show through to YouTube as well, and I promise you I am going to do that as best I can. So I'm going to, without further ado, I want to go ahead and get our show started. Okay, so let me go to the first video that that I do actually have set up from when I first reached the hotel. And if you all can hear things that are going on or you catch something, please do tell me that you've caught something or that you hear something or that something's going on. Please don't hesitate to tell me. The what I'm about to pull up for you, I've actually I had set up because I wanted to run this. Let me see. Sorry about that. This was set up, but as things go, things don't always things don't always stay set up the way you want them set up. So oh, I just saw something else too that I'm going to be setting up for you all while I do this instead of boring you to death. If any of you have ever heard of Lincoln Park in Baltimore, a very I wanted to say a very, it's hard, the wording is Cecil. It's pretty late here. This is for you all. This is a very hard thing to keep my wording. Sometimes my words don't come out the way I want them to. Lincoln Park is a very there's so many bodies in that park. It's considered the largest unofficial graveyard in the United States. I doubt that's actually the truest thing. That's just what people call it, and let's be clear about that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you see this. This is the first entry point of me getting into Cecil, and then I'll jump in. And I thought I had some really good recordings, but I do have really good recordings of Cecil for something. Considering what it starts off with, I'm going to turn it up a little bit. I know you'll be able to hear it. And if you're not able to, I'll know because I'll be looking at some various screens, but hopefully the volume will be good. So here this video goes. Let me click over and let's start here. Cecil, it's pretty late here, but I'm here. So, okay. I'm going to go up to my room. Okay, this is why I do this. This is why I paused that for a moment. I want you all to listen in there again. This is so brilliant. This is why I do these, because a lot of this stuff I haven't really had the chance to listen through many of the videos, and which is why I set this channel up so that I could do a kind of live investigation, live listen through on some of these. This is when I was getting into the elevator and at the hotel. So yes, and that I thought was me coughing. Well, guess what? I wasn't sick yet. When I got to LA, I was fine. But when I woke up, when I went to sleep that night, it felt as if somebody was trying to step on my chest, and I woke up very it just increasingly I got feeling bad. When I got to LA actually, it's when I got to LA actually I wasn't feeling that great, but I wasn't coughing or anything like that. So what you're hearing is not me breathing, it's not me making any kind of noise because my mouth didn't move, and it's not, and you hear the elevator engine, but that's not what you hear. So listen again when you listen to this shot again of me getting in the elevator and putting my bag down. And I'm going to say something else, but I'm going to wait until I play this. Not sure what I'm going to find, but okay, so listen to it one more time. Now, it honestly sounds to me as if someone is screaming for help. That's what that sounds like to me. I can't really be certain. I can't say that that's what it really is, but it really is. It seems to be coming in with that help sound. I am telling you the truth. This is the first time I paid attention to this point when I got in the elevator because my camera was about to run out of either space or power. I couldn't tell which, and it was about to run out. And it was, if I remember right, it was maybe 2:30 in the morning because my friend picked me up at the airport in at LAX, and we went straight to Denny's in South Central Los Angeles. Believe it or not, there wasn't a whole lot going on in South Central in the middle of the night, despite the movies. There's not a whole lot going on, and the Denny's was open, and we had a great time. And then he took me back to the Cecil where I got off there because my friend lives just up the street in downtown from the Cecil. And but the only good food place open in the middle of the night was way off in South Central. There are other places too, but we went there. Uh, but this is strange. I definitely wasn't expecting this to happen. And at this point, what at this point, my camera on my phone was failing. So, because you will actually hear me say towards the end of that short little segment that my camera's about to fail, and it does, and that's what you generally will hear. So then let me see me getting up to my room. Uh, okay, that's I'm not ready for that one yet. Definitely not ready for that one yet. That was crazy. All right, all right. So we're gonna get up. I don't know. Some of these are not labeled well at all. I thought I labeled them right, but I didn't. So let me go
Which
ahead.
is the same for the.
So let me bring something to your attention as I got up to the room. Here's the next video, and of course this is actually lining up a little bit better than I was expecting. But here's the first video when I got up there, and let me talk my way through it here. Oops, sorry. Every time I think, here we go. Wait, come on.
War, which is the same for that Alyssa Lamb stayed on.
And I know I said I wasn't trying to really focus on that. Again, there was no, I'm not gonna lie about it. We were all wondering about it, and it's all about wondering about the mystery, and being able to respect the human being who was embodied like ourselves and going through her own life and her own steps, and didn't meet the greatest of ends of this lifetime. And I want to put my respect out there for Alyssa Lamb's family officially so that we can try and let her be put to rest. So I more go looking for what might have happened and what's lingering in that hotel. I don't go under the assumption that she is there. Now, granted, if I were to ask questions, it doesn't mean she wouldn't be able to answer from somewhere because she hears it and knows that people are about to ask questions and she can answer from wherever. It doesn't mean she's trapped there in that hotel. It doesn't mean any of that sort of thing. It can, but it doesn't. It doesn't have to, and I don't make that first assumption. My whole thing is what's going on there, why, and who else is trapped there. Alyssa Lamb and hundreds, if not thousands, of others lived there. Tens of thousands of others of people, and so many people lost their lives there, killed themselves, drugged themselves to death, were murdered, rape and suicide, all these horrible things. Let me bring your attention to the hand that you see on the screen. That hand, now on your screen, you can see it better than I can see on mine. The colors on my main screen in front of me, it's just not work. Just I can't see the orange well. So if I look like I'm looking away from the camera, I'm just looking at my primary monitor where I have the OBS on. But the screen there does show that hand that you see that's on the screen. You see that hand that's there, and that hand, of course, is a chair, but it's really weird, and I don't even recall ever sitting down in that chair. And there are other people in videos who talk about that hand, and so I thought I'd go ahead and mention that. And let me roll back and start her over again. But again, this is what I do on this channel for those who might not know, is that I do commentary. on my own work, and also other people are allowed to send a request to me to look at their work. And what I want to do, Messenger Guardians Vermont at gmail.com. I put my Gmail out there. If you want me to look at your work, send me a request, and then I'll just have you send your file to send a file to me that I can open up in a particular file folder in Google Drive, and I can look at and analyze your work live if you want me to in Twitch. And again, ultimately I'll be transmitting in Twitch and YouTube at the exact same time. But right now I have it set to where I have to just, until the software is right, to where it just goes there right after this show's done. It loads in YouTube. But I ultimately will have a dual thing going on. But I do want to be able to talk to my audience and talk to people. Um, Again, I'm not looking at the actual transmission screen itself to see if anyone's talking, but no one was here last time looking. But people did look later, so I'm going to say hello to everybody that comes along later on, and for those who signed up to look. And so I know it took over a week to get another show on the road, but again, these take time, and I have to get the feel to get on and do them. I'm going to try and set a schedule, but those aren't always the easiest things for me to set mentally. So I could try to set a schedule for shows to come on, and they'll be late. And I do this late because of people on the West Coast who might want to, of the West Coast of the U.S., who might want to catch the show. And for those who, again, it's recording anyway. For those who can't catch it in recording. But let's go ahead and go with this. I'm done. Shamelessly hyping myself. So I'll go from this. We'll go back.
Floor, which is the same floor that Alyssa Lambstead stayed on.
Now, again, if you all hear something going on, please tell me that you hear something.
Is anyone? Is anyone here that wants to speak? Please do. It's not loud.
Okay, so you might have noticed that I turned up the sound a little bit. It really wasn't. I thought I was hearing something, but again, I have really good hearing, and I can even hear voices. You'll notice I have water on in the background, and the reason why I had water on in the background is because it's the white noise is sometimes easier for if it's a light white noise. Really oppressive white noise is extremely difficult, if annoying for people to try and get through. It's very annoying for anyone to try and get through an oppressive white noise. So I decided not to use that level of white noise, but a little bit of water running in the background, it seems to be better for some who want to come through. Now, in this case, nothing seemed to come through. I didn't really catch anything, but you heard me turning it up in the hopes that you'd actually catch it. So anytime I go about doing that, you want to be able to listen in and hear things that I might not be able to hear. Now, again, when I get it set up in a way, this stream in a way, I can see other people's comments coming through. It makes it easier. I may even try and check as a matter of fact, I could try and check the stream out from my phone. But what I want to do is make sure that that everybody could hear or see it, and everything's going on. So that you can tell what I'm doing. So let me go to the next video real quick, because this one has made it down to the end. Let me go to the next video. Again, this is what I do for those interested in this kind of work, is that we actually go and
my room.
Okay, so this might have been the one this I think I showed in opposite order. But that's okay. It's just me showing the room again. So this time I want you to be able to listen carefully while you see this.
This is my room. No different than my room back in Job Corps. This might actually be a little bit better. A little bit better. This might actually be a little bit worse. Back in Job Corps. This My actually can Job Corps. Different than my roommate in Job Corps. No different than my roommate in Job Corps. This might actually be a little bit better. Not by much. Bathrooms are out in the hall.
Okay, so if you want to know why I was doing that, why I was doing the pause as much as I was, is because I kept listening for the background. I kept listening in the background to see what it was I was listening for. Now, you might actually see me in a moment put on my earphones, because actually those are hooked in and going too, where I'm trying to hear more carefully what's going on, so I can see what's happening with the audio, especially when I think I'm hearing something. Again, this is again a way for us to investigate this. Now, when I put together a different kind of video for the investigation, for Cecil investigation, I'll have gone through some stuff, which there's some things I actually have gone through. I'll have gone through some things, and I'll put together a show where I talk about the Cecil, and it won't be the Investigation Studios one. It'll be the one I use for YouTube, for cinematic YouTube style. I don't put a whole lot of effects and things like that in mine, or any kind of jump scares or anything like that. Bring in a little bit of the spooky, but not a whole lot of it. But just to get the sell up so people will click on it. Who's gonna lie about that? But I try to listen in carefully to what's actually going on. So I'm going to do that. I'm not using my noise dampeners right now, because I'm in the back room by myself, and so I don't need to use the noise dampeners. There's no one talking. There's folks resting, and I'm trying to be quiet, but I'm in the back room with the door closed. So we're going to do this, and we're going to listen again to this.
Been an extra 100 in court. This might actually be a little bit better. Not by much. Bathrooms are out in the hall. Been an extra $112 for me to add a bathroom to my room. If there's anyone here, please speak. This might actually be a little bit better. Not by much. Bathrooms are out in the hall. Not by much. Not by much. Not by much. Not by much. Bathrooms are out in the hall.
Okay. So, right in this spot in the recording, there is another voice in the background reverberating, and not in accordance with mine, but speaking. What I would do normally with this, with early night 3, is I would go and I would strip the audio, make a copy of the audio, and then listen for it. You all have seen me do that in the first episode. You saw me strip audio, or you saw that I had already stripped audio for a video, and listened for it. So I'm not doing that here, but I wanted you all to be able to see what I do. And like I said last time, this is really very tedious kind of work, but I can say this much: it's very rewarding. And tedious is, it absolutely can be that way, but it's very rewarding at the same time. So I wouldn't really, I really don't have a complaint in that way. So I want to go ahead and listen, back that up one more time, and listen to it and let you hear what I'm hearing.
This might actually be a little bit better. Not by much. Bathrooms are out in the hall.
Okay, let's go back.
This might actually be a little bit better. Not by much. Bathrooms are out in the hall. Been an extra $112 for me to add better. Not by much. This might actually be a little bit better. Not by much. This might actually be a little bit better. Not by much. Bathrooms are out. Better. Not by much. Bathrooms are out. Better. Not by much. Bathrooms are out in the hall. This might actually be a little bit better. Not by much. Bathrooms are out in the hall. This might actually be a little bit better. Not by much.
Right after right? Not by much. So that's what that sound, that it's just someone talking, is what you're hearing. It's just truly amazing.
Bathrooms are out in the hall. Been an extra $112 for me to add a bathroom to my room. Does anyone here please speak?
Again, so I'm just going in to see what it is. I can hear them saying.
Bathroom to my room. Does anyone here please speak? Please speak. Here, please speak. This is my room. Speak. Here, please speak.
Okay, let me push it closer. All right, let me push that, and I'm going to let you hear it. I don't know if you can actually hear it, but I'm going to try.
This is my room.
Let's move it down towards the
Does
end
anyone
here.
here please speak?
Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Right towards the end there. All right, so really all you're doing is listening. That's why I don't have the screen up for you to, but I'm going to push the screen over so you'll see what I'm looking at, but I want you to listen. Continue listening. Not the spot where I'm breathing. You can hear me breathing at the end. There's someone talking. And, just again, remember, it's 2:30 in the morning, approximately 2:30 in the morning. I'm going to have to look at the 2:41 in the morning, actually. 2:41:04, and then, yeah, so it's 2:41 in the morning, actually. I had to guesstimate, and I can't believe I was that close. But so there's not a whole lot of noise of anything going on outside on the street. You're not going to hear a whole lot on the street going on right now. So you noticed that there was that chair. You will hear other people talk about that random, crazy looking orange chair that's over by the wall where the bed is. Now I don't have a bathroom because in 2014 or 15 they were only charging 20 or 30 extra dollars for a bathroom, but by the time 2016 rolled around they were charging 112 extra dollars just to have a bathroom in your room, and I had a shared bathroom. And again, this was a kind of hostile hostel. No, well, maybe, but it was definitely a hostile situation where people lived in multiple people lived in a room. I got my own private room. I wasn't having any of that while I was going for the writers conference. I just didn't trust anybody with my equipment around. I wasn't just going to lie things around for anyone to look through. That was different in San Francisco. I felt a little bit different when I stayed there, and I stayed at Red Victorian, but and held a show at Red Victorian as well, for investigations. But here it just felt different. And now many of you who, if you stayed to watch the entire show or watched the entire first show, you'll notice that I sent this next video I'm going to played on the teaser for the show. So I'm going to bring that up so that you all can actually see it and listen for it, watch for it again. Again, this is a program to analyze files and to see what was going on. And again, I'm going to be putting together. Much of this never made it into YouTube, but some of my second investigation in December did. But it's just, I'm going to go back, and we're going to be going back over that Cecil and listening for that one and watching for that one. I might put another show in between that and the part two, Cecil, that I do for you all, because that one is pretty wild. I don't Not guaranteeing how long that stream's gonna last. I try not to make streams last a whole long time, no more than an hour, hour and a half, not much more than 2 hours, really, because I can only stream so much. But I want you all to be able to be able to listen through and listen to what's been going on. And there's a lot going on in these that I even wasn't listening for and didn't realize. So let's check this out.
Okay, this is the third night. It's 4:06 in the morning, the 2nd of April at the Cecil. It's called Stay at Home, but big giant sign on the side of the building is the Cecil. So really, it still is. Nothing will erase that history. I can understand not really getting that much rest the night I landed here. Got here probably a little after midnight. Landed around 10 something, but didn't get here to the Cecil for a couple hours because I went and had dinner with a friend. Couldn't sleep that well. Second night, someone was banging on the door, on a room door down the hall very loudly for 10 or 15 minutes, and I was the only one to report it. And I actually had to go downstairs to report it because no one answered the phones. This third night, I've developed, this has happened before, I've developed a chest issue, and when I lay back, if I can sleep only for a few minutes at a time, I'm dreaming that I'm being persecuted by the military or someone in the military, but I've got someone on my side, and it's really lucid. But I keep feeling like somebody is really just wanting to mess with me. The place is thick with energy.
Okay, that was just me pausing. I don't understand why I did that. I'll go back to the spot where it was in a moment. But I paused for a moment because a couple of things are starting to happen while I'm doing this. A slight, very different kind of pitching noise is starting to happen and not coming from my equipment, by the way, while I'm doing this, which means someone's in the room with me whenever I do it. Quite often, there's more than one someone's in the room. Now that noise you just heard was outside by the garbage, by the dumpsters. But someone comes in the room, I can feel the energy in the room change. What I wanted to say, tried to pause that, and it just went back to the beginning. What I wanted to say was two things. Sorry about the lack of light on me. Although there was light in the room, I had the room light on. It was not bright. I'm not a bright light kind of person. Like the light I'm using to light me here for our show, I normally would not have that light on. I would have another light on pointing at the desk, but that's bright, but I've got it turned away from me and I've got a color thing in it. But I wanted you all to know that, yeah, that was, I guess it was the second night or something that was feeling like something was really making me sick and and being really oppressive. And what I didn't state that night, which is, it's hard to believe I didn't state it. I must have talked to someone about it at a later point, but it felt like there were 3 or 4 people standing around me in the room who were actually there in the hotel, and they were just standing there watching me. And I was sleeping but not sleeping. I was right at that ledge where I could sense their presence, and it was 4 of them. They were just standing towards the end of the bed, 2 on one side, 2 on the other, but towards the end of the bed, forming like a horseshoe or C at the end, and not on each 2 on each side. But it was really weird. That may have very well been a lucid that I was having where I saw them, but it was definitely unsettled. And so you're about to see some of the when I would get up each night unsettled. Even I forgot until I realized I recorded this. I had forgotten that these were in here. So let me go ahead and continue this and put it back where it was just before that. So here we go.
The military or someone in the military, but I've got someone on my side, and it's really lucid. But I keep feeling like somebody is really just wanting to mess with me. The place is thick with energy. Um, uh, I'm gonna try to sleep. I'm gonna try to sleep. All right, team. Squatty.
Okay, so um, th- that was that was the first night that that was occurring. Well, it was the first night that where it got to the point where it woke me up. So there's going to I'm going to show you as we continue how this continued in the second night, how this continued to move forward. Each night got progressively more disturbing, but again, progressively more disturbing in the sense that there was more going on audio wise. At the time, I did not have the equipment I brought with me in December. So when we do the second investigation, the follow up analysis to the second investigation, then you'll see I'll actually try and pull up all the audio that I was using for that. But it's amazing the things that I had forgotten I had done when I was in the hotel. I had forgotten that I ran boxes and I ran equipment to talk to people, and then there was some of the bigger things that took place that even if even if you watched in YouTube, there are things that I didn't say happened that aren't on the videos, which is another reason why this analysis show is going the way it's going, because I didn't actually say everything in those videos. And this is a way, really, to say and to tell you what was going on, and to let you know what was happening. So, but let me go ahead and jump to the next video and show you that. So, it'll take me just a moment to do that.
Again, the camera is unjammed.
Okay. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show you, it's kind of interesting. As a matter of fact, I want to get really interesting with one I'm going to show you. I'm going to change which one I'm showing you for a moment. I'm going to change which one I'm showing you. And I'm going to jump over to what was supposed to be part of day one. Okay, I had gone out in the hallway. Well, it says day one. I'm not sure if it was daytime or not when I went out in the hallway with my camera. But I really need you to listen really carefully this time, and I'm going to show you what I was looking at, and you'll be able to see that. So we're going to do that, and in just a moment, I'm going to run one of my Messenger Guardian videos for a quick, extremely short intermission. It's like 2-3 minutes long, so I can get some water. But I'm doing that because I want you all to be able to see what or hear. Now, remember to use your ears on this one because this is really going to be quite interesting. Listen carefully to this, okay? This is me out in the hallway, and it's only a few seconds long, 17 seconds, and I want you to listen. Okay, I've just paused. That was the first.
Okay.
That was again the next one, and then you hear me talking in a moment here.
Anybody's here.
Okay, you hear it again, 3 times now, and let me check. In 14 seconds, you hear women talking. Okay, there's no music because it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm sorry, 2:01 in the morning. 16. No, 2:40. So this is just before. This is just before I went in my. I ran into. This is just before I went into my room. So this is 2:40 in the morning. Okay. Just as I was getting up to my room, and I played this This was from my phone, and I caught this. Okay, and I'm gonna let it play the rest of the way, and then I'm gonna play it again. Okay, now I'm going to do it one more time. Listen, listen carefully as you again. This is all. This is as far up as I can get it, except I can probably take it a little louder. Let me. I don't want to get too crazy with the volume, but I want you to listen. Okay. Right there. Right there.
Anybody's here.
Right there, you could hear the women's voices again, or one woman's voice. There's more than one of them there. Now, this is really, truly exciting to be able to hear this and to be able to listen to this. Um, I took this just for a moment. I was 17 seconds, and three voices of females came through. Three. Now, what's he doing? I'm here. That kind of thing, and you can listen back on it again because I'm going to play it again, and I'm gonna leave it at the level that it's at, and I'm hoping it's coming. It doesn't look like it's going into the red, so it looks like it's okay. Um, where it's playing, I'm going to play it one more time for you to hear it. And I do have, I think I stripped the audio. I'm not sure, but if anybody ever wants me to send them a piece of stripped audio from my stuff or the video segments, again, I can put it into Google Drive and then share you a link. Just send me your email to Messenger Guardians Paranormal. I'm sorry, Messenger Guardians Vermont at gmail.com, and I will send you a link. I can either send you the Audacity link, the Wave link. If you have the Audacity link, if I send you the Audacity link, it'll be the entire Audacity folder set because it needs the folder set to open everything up. But it's kind of weird that way. I'll send you a zipped file that has that, and you'll be able to listen to it if you have Audacity. But again, listen to this. This is so exciting to be able to listen to this kind of material. Sorry about that. I just smacked the microphone, and I apologize for people who are listening. So here we go again, one more time. Right there. Right there.
If anybody's here.
Right there again. And now I'm going to play it through without saying anything, and this time I want you to see the video again.
If anybody's here.
Okay, this was so. I know it seems like that I would be. Why would I be getting so excited over so little evidence? Now I'm getting into the evidence field of it. Again, if I run this through, strip it, and run it through Audacity, which I'm sure I probably have it stripped somewhere, I just can't find it. And again, if I thought it was all that important, I'd find it. But you'll have seen me do this work before, and know how I do it and how I end up analyzing. I'm not just hearing anything, and there's nobody down the hall. There's no girls or women giggling and talking down the hallway. It's 2:40 in the morning. You can see from the tag at the top up here. It's 2:40 in the morning. Ain't nobody hanging around doing that. So I just want you to be able to say that. I know I said that. Um, I said that using a slang drawl, but I do that whenever I'm trying to make a point, and I do jump registries when I'm talking. And if you don't know what change or jump registries when talking is, then you probably would find linguistics very interesting if you ever took it as a class. So let me close that real quick. Now I can go to the hallway and let you all listen to um, what was going on. There's more going on in this room right behind me, and I don't mean the movement you heard earlier. that was happening here at home. There's more than one of us living here. But I'm saying just now. Now I'm going to show you and let you listen to the hallway exploration one that
Again, the camera is jammed.
Okay, that I started off with, and my camera somehow jammed up, and I never knew or understood why the camera jammed up. So let me turn it down a little bit and run this so that you all can hear it. I want you all to be able to listen. I'm going to run it back because there's more going on. So it may say 7 minutes, 18 seconds, but I'm actually going to run it back a few times. It's going to take a little bit of time for us to get through it because, again, I'm investigating it as I'm listening for it. And there is a point in this audio, in this video, and this one is hallway April 16th camera unjammed. That allows me to find if I hear something, where I'm hearing it, and at what point. And then I tend to sometimes mark it down. And I have a book that I keep that I mark down things in. When I get to a point in a video, I mark where I've heard it so that I can actually do that. So let me play this one. This is quite interesting. I want you to, again, watching's great, but I want you to peel your ears. I want you to listen to this. Okay? And if you see me get up and walk away, I'm just going to go get some water. I won't have to intermission. I have a longer video. But again, this video is in order of what I was going to be playing, except I've had to reverse the orders a little bit to really get those listening juices going, to get you listening to it. So here we go.
Again, the camera is jammed, and there's a 2-minute head start on the video in Windows. And that's the video here. And the first thing we're going to do is head up to the 14th floor.
Okay, me saying there was a 2-minute head start in the video in Windows is because I was running my, amazingly enough, I happen to have it sitting right here with me, even though I don't use it very often, as my Windows handheld Stream 7, which is old. This is about 4 or 5 years old now, maybe even 6, but it's old. So I was using it to run some of my other programs in it. Shout out to Steve Huff. Steve, I bought this so that I could run some of your apps on here. So I just thought I'd tell you. Thank you. But I still use it. I still use this to do investigations and to collect videos. And some of the videos that you might see in some of the notations starting off with VID, it was, I think, that was this camera, this unit. I had 3 units with me, my phone, this, and I had my old cam, which is in my bag back here. I have 2 cams. This one, 2 camcorders, a night camcorder, which I hadn't bought for several years yet, and my old cam that ran this, that's over in my bag over here. So all of it's still here, right here where I can get to it, that ran these videos. And I still use this equipment, even after all these years. A lot of the equipment, you'll notice, runs for several years. You don't always have to get the biggest, best, sweetest piece of technology, run it for a few months, and then need the best, biggest thing again. These aren't iPhones, and I don't have anything like that either. But you don't need all of that. You just need something that will last you for quite a long time when you're doing this kind of investigation. Now let me roll it back again, because there's always something going on, and I'll roll it back when I get back. I'm about to get on the elevator, and I think this time I'm getting on the side of the elevator that was in that infamous horrible death that we talked about earlier, that I'm going to try to minimize how many times I bring it up. I'm heading up to that floor, and that's where the language, and not from me, gets a bit salty. Not exactly child friendly, but if children are sitting here listening, they probably won't hear it, but many adults will. So let's back it up one more time and listen again, and listen as we started off.
Again, the camera is jammed, and there's a 2-minute head start on the video in Windows. And that's the video here. And the first thing we're going to do is head up to 14th floor. Now again, in the video, there's a foot spotted right here. The person had to have been holding the button here. And you can hear music, by the way, up on this floor. There's no music on the 4th floor, but there's music on the 14th and on the third. It's strange.
Now I can pause here for a moment because I was hoping I'd get back with my drink in time to let you know there is a really rather salty voice that's not coming from the music, I can assure you, that says something. And it's definitely not in one of the rooms. It's not audibly heard. Only the technology catches it. But it catches it really rather clearly. And it's something I really don't have to bring up in Audacity, but I could if anyone was all that interested. But I want you to be able to hear it, and it's coming up really soon. I hope to not make myself a fool and it not happening. But there was something else I wanted to say about that going up in the elevator and going up. But yes, that was the elevator, and she would have to hold. You have to hold the button on that elevator, the hold button. You have to hold it for a long time in order for the elevator to hold. Also, there was that foot in the video that people seem to pretty much ignore, and in the manner in which the young lady moves away from the elevator and you never see her again. That foot moves about a second or two after she walks. The way she walked off, she would have had to have walked through the person who the foot belonged to, which is really interesting. She kept acting like she was seeing someone that was there but not there, the way she was doing it. And I don't know why I think I do know why. Oh man, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it live in Twitch, and I wasn't trying to. This was not even something I had come up with. But if the security film that was manipulated, I don't know who manipulated it. I don't know if it was management, whether it was LAPD. I don't know who it was. But the only way it was going to be manipulated is if they either saw something they truly could not explain, freaked them out so badly they did not want that on there. Because if it had seen someone regularly, it had seen someone normally, then that would have been publicized as evidence to the public after this person was caught, or we're looking for this person, this is who's seen. But if they were freaked out so badly when they gave back that footage and it had been manipulated, then what did it manipulate out? It's a thought. It really is. It's not just evidence for who did this, who committed this murder, this infamous murder. But considering we caught, or the footage caught that foot in the corner of the elevator outside the door, in the corner of the image of the elevator, of the area outside the door down to the lower left where the foot was. After she moved her body, the person would have had to have been standing right there where she would have moved through them, and then the foot clearly moves out of the way afterward, and it wasn't long enough for it to have been. It's just really weird. And yet that foot was not manipulated at that point. That seemed to be a piece of footage that was cut out, that was missed, because that foot piece would never have been caught in there. That too would have been edited out by the police. It wouldn't have made what happened any more or less a mystery, but that wouldn't have been in it. But again, people seem to see it and then brush it off, and it's not imagination. That foot's there. So anyone who wants to look back at that elevator footage, you can go online and find it. It's there. Again, for me, it's not about capitalizing on the person's passing and going there and asking for that person. You can ask what happened to them. It's not about that for me. It's about who's there, what's making these things happen, what's getting into the minds of people with weakened mental systems because they have to take medications and things like that, and because they have to because they might be drugging up, or they're weakened by drink, things like that. It makes it much easier for anything that operates on the level of disrupting someone mentally. Um, get them when they're at their lowest. Get them in a spot where they have to take meds. Get them where you can get them, and then mess with their heads really badly. Living human beings in the fifth three-dimensional space, living human beings do this all the time. All the time. They do it to other people. Get a person at their lowest and then begin manipulating them when you know they have a weakness that you can get into the door. Without being able to get in the door, it's harder to manipulate them. Um, or they can backfire your manipulative energy back at you. So it's that kind of thing. I say you. I'm using the generic you that I don't even like my students using when they're writing. But what I mean is, the kind of energies I talk about other entities, non corporeals using, is no different than the manipulative energies used by corporeal people. No different. This isn't magical energies. There might be something like that out there, but even that is understood in the corporeal space. So these things are not unknown. So let's uh let's continue listening. Let me back it up a little bit more where we were, just as I was getting off the elevator. I'm cheating a little bit. I know that. Sorry. So I'm gonna get off the elevator and let's move it along from that point.
Now again, in the video, there's a foot spotted right here. The person had to have been holding the button here. And you can hear music, by the way, up on this floor. There's no music on the fourth floor, but there's music on the 14th and on the third. It's strange. Not strange, but it's just strange that music is popping in on random floors. So, but that button was being held in. She moved her way around the person whose foot was right here, and then she was gone.
Now I'm pausing there because I hear the regular music from the radio. We hear that, and but we also hear a voice underneath that speaking. Now, what you see me walking by are bathrooms, no hotel rooms. You see me walking by an outer wall. Here's the elevator, then past what will be the outer wall, looking out and down, and then there's bathrooms on this side of me that I'm walking by, and you hear someone whispering. Now, let me put these back on so that I can be certain that I'm not lying to you all.
And she moved her way around the person whose foot was right here, and then she was gone.
Okay, so I can't be entirely certain, but we do hear the music, and I am looking outside, middle of the night. Actually, this part isn't middle of the night. This is the next night. This is night after night one. This is like night two.
Okay. And in Los Angeles, this is the same floor she disappeared on. Alice Lamb disappeared on this floor.
And as you can see, walked by, you saw 14 whatever on the doors. So I am up on the 14th floor. It didn't look like it, but I am.
This is the Cecil. Also, know my turn name. Stay on Maine, but again, this is an unofficial recording. I'm trying to be. You're hearing lots of voices.
Now, I say unofficial recording because you may or may not already know that the Cecil stay on Maine as they try to rebrand themselves, and otherwise they've tried to sprinkle sugar on poop. That's not how I normally say it, but but either way, it's still poop. But they tried to rebrand themselves, and they had some obsessive hatred for anyone coming in to film at all. They did not like that at all. Of course, as soon as I learned about the place and understood what it was, I wasn't planning on this. This trip even came out of nowhere. I was offered free tickets to go to the publishers conference because I'd just written a piece of published item that I still haven't published yet, but I want to. With a book, I say item, it's a book. And it is in the paranormal field, but it's actually a fiction story. But I was just walking around on the 14th floor. You hear a lot of people screaming and hollering, noises. And this is in the early night. This is in the middle of the night. This may have been around 9 or 10 at night. So believe me, there's all sorts of noises still going on downstairs. Those kind of noises carry, and you can hear them obviously with your own ears, and the camera catches them very well, and you know where they're coming from. When they're screaming and hollering from the street, you can hear it. But in the middle of the night, it's not New York City. In the middle of the night, Los Angeles is quiet. Downtown, essentially, downtown's not. It's pretty notorious, even in the daytime. But downtown Los Angeles is definitely pretty notorious at night. So it's not the most pleasant place to be at night, but also it's not the most dangerous place to be at night. I've been in other places that are a bit more dangerous. I still wasn't all that scared, but a bit more dangerous. Just have two extra eyes open and maybe a third eye with the regular ones too, and keep a few eyes open at night. But I wanted to clarify what I meant by I was doing this quietly, or because they didn't like anyone doing that. And quite often, if they spotted you on the camera and they noticed you had a camera, they would send their security people up there to yell at you. They wouldn't throw you out or anything if you had a room, but you wouldn't be able to get into the place without a room. There's no way you can get past. Well, you sneak, I guess, but really you shouldn't be getting in the place without a room. So that's closed for now, supposedly for remodeling, but it's really because they were so infamous. That's why they're closed. So, but they're still running. They're still running. Sorry, I tapped the mic again. I apologize.
Here's the Respect Tower, tallest building in Los Angeles, downtown. You can see it here in the windows video. I can't actually decipher voices that aren't from the voices down on the street. It's just real careful listening that needs to be done to do it. I won't be taking this whole floor, but I would like to know what happened to Alyssa. It's important to know what happened to her. But I would like to know what happened to Alyssa. It's important to know. I won't be taking this whole floor, but I would like to know what happened to Alyssa.
Okay, the reason why I stop and keep moving back and forth between there and there is because there is a very, very loud ghostly like sound right as I'm turning the corner. It's almost like there's cross between a dark angelic sound and I don't want to say a dark angel or dark demon or demon or any of that. I don't want to make that claim without understanding the nature of what's there. What's there? Way up on that floor, you hear some voices in the background of people outside. Again, people are outside. It's 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I think by this point it was Saturday. Well, no, it was Friday night because I arrived on late Thursday night going into early Friday, and my conference, and that was daytime Friday, daytime Saturday, and then I left Sunday. Um, but as I'm heading up, I can hear what's what sounds really strange. Let's pull back on that again and listen. Okay, and you see me in the glass, and I'm turning the corner. You hear this sound out the right end, as if it were coming up the stairwell. Now, no one was up on those upper floors. Those upper floors were, at the time when I came in December, those upper floors were uninhabited. There may have been people living in those upper floors. There may have been apartments, but no doors were open, and you couldn't hear anything coming out of the rooms. And I was being quiet as I could be. I didn't have a GoPro, so I don't have a GoPro where I can put that out there like that. So, but I want you to listen again. Now, again, if you're wondering whether or not I'm hearing this for the first time, I am. I'm absolutely hearing these things for the first time again. You all join me in the excitement of, and well, tediousness of too, but the excitement of why I'm doing the investigation studios, because look, I'm hearing this at the exact same time as well. So let's go back on that and listen again. Oops, too far back. All right, let's listen from here.
I won't be taking this whole floor, but I would like to know what happened to us.
Okay, because again, what you can hear when you can hear the elevator running, but then you hear what sounds like a yelling voice, but it's like, yeah, and I can hear it. I've heard it before. What I'm not telling you is that in the second investigation, in the second one in December, I heard this voice again, but this time it was horrific. And it was my students, because I let them listen in class once when we were done with whatever we were doing. And they listened to it and their eyes bulged. They said, "Did you not hear that whole message?" And I rolled it back because they asked me to roll it back. And I played it again. And we heard the whole thing. I had only heard part of the message, but didn't hear the other parts. Even though I have really good hearing, if I just didn't hear the connective pieces until other ears that were calibrated to hear the connective pieces heard them for the first time, and their eyes bulged and they said, "Roll that back, listen to that whole thing," and I did. That won't be until the second when we look over the second investigation in December. We're still in March, April. For the first time, I went in 2016.
It's important to know what happened to her.
Now I'm going up to the 15th floor. Because like I say here, it's important to know.
I'm trying to find roof access. Where would the roof access point be? I don't think it's down this hall. He's outside.
Okay, so let's stop there. And again, remember this is the 31st of March, I believe, 2016. Maybe April 1 by this point. I'm not sure yet. I think, it is the 31st. But I didn't know this until I saw the program on Netflix where everyone's mentioning it, and I'm going to say it too, that where they did a whole thing about the Cecil, and I didn't know this, but this the hallway and the access point, and if you look to the right, you may not be able to see my you don't because I click it out, so you don't see my arrow. But if you look on at the middle part of the screen where you see the white building, and you look to the right, you will notice that that's a climbable metal staircase this is just a stair ladder. It's just a ladder that goes up to the roof. That's roof access. Um, we are not sure how roof access was gained by the young lady that was murdered, or however she died, whether she was murdered or. But however this thing happened, how she gained roof access. Supposedly the roof is alarmed and it would have gone off. There's no guarantee that that's actually true. As far as we know, or could know, that roof access is not alarmed at all. It just says it's alarmed. There may have been cameras that were up there back then, but again, nothing. And the video was manipulated, and I wonder about the nature of what was caught in that video, truly. The other thing is that someone could have been caught in the video that belonged to the hotel, and the hotel didn't want anyone to know that. But that doesn't make any sense. But that could be the case. So it could be that people really didn't want to know, got caught in the video, or something got caught in the video that freaked the police out so badly that they edited it out and didn't want to deal with it. So again, that came to mind because it wasn't something I thought about. It wasn't something I was even entertaining, but it really did hit me that it wasn't that they didn't want a certain suspect to be seen, but it was fear of something else that appeared that they forgot to completely get rid of with that foot. But anyway, this is the route they say she had to have taken. The hotel manager, I believe, she said that this was the route that the young lady had to have taken down this very hallway to this very window to this stairwell to that access point. Okay, everybody, I did this 4 years ago. I did this 5 years ago. Coming up on 5 years now, almost to the week. Not quite yet. Another 3 weeks. This will be 5 years to the week. And this was 3 years after, at the time, somewhere around there. I had no clue the route that they were claiming she took. None when I was looking for the access to the roof. But this is not the access point that everyone was looking for. I did find the access point here, and I had forgotten that I found the access point in this video. Completely forgot about it. My second one, there's no way for me to forget because something really bad, really crazy happened up on the 14th floor in the second video. But let's go on and see here. In the second investigation is what I meant, in December. Sorry, everyone. I'm backing up because there's something that I saw in the midst of nearly choking to death. Something went down the wrong pipe. Sorry. There's something that I saw. I need to back up one more time and see again. Because this is generally how I do it, is I'll look through audio, over and over again, looking for clues. Or looking for evidence of other things too.
outside.
Okay, we're a little further. Okay, here we are.
There. Now, this is the 15th floor, and it looks like the roof.
Okay, so back up right here, you'll hear someone say something, and it's, again, it's not someone in a room. It's not from the music. Just listen.
There. Now, this is the 15th floor, and it looks like the...
Okay, there's that, and it's a woman's voice again. Let's listen again.
Now, this is the 15th floor, and it looks like the roof.
It's a woman going, hey. Hey. You can just hear it. And let me back it up one more time so y'all can hear it. Okay, one more time.
There. Now, this is the 15th floor, and it looks like...
And there you go again.
The roof access point is up here. If anybody knows anything and wants to speak, I'm starting to get a weird feeling around me. Very weird. There's the roof access.
I'm reaching up to the roof axis now.
Well, the door is alarmed. Violators will be crossing it to the fourth and on the wall. Entry to the roof area prohibited. I don't know if this was alarmed at the time of what happened to Alyssa. Well, this area is claimed to be under surveillance, so I think I had better get out of here.
Now, I'm going to back up just a little bit because this is only video from the first investigation that I did in December. In April, March and April. And in the second investigation in December, this area up on the 15th floor was, yeah, it was a bad experience. But this is the first time.
Well, this area is claimed to be under surveillance, so I think I had better get out of here.
So it'll continue. Let me pull up the video so so you're able to see where I was continuing in the investigation here, real quick. But yeah, this was a wild trip. So let's continue. And we continue listening really well, but this first time I went out, I had forgotten. I had found that it sounds strange that I would say that I'd forgotten, but it was mainly because I had forgotten. It was mainly because I had forgotten that I had found the stairwell, the main stairwell, and gone up it. I just didn't remember, and then I started feeling really eerie as I was going up. Not a feeling I was looking to have. I just went up, and it was starting to get really. I was starting to get really creeped out. But again, being creeped out isn't evidence. But we do tend to say it when it's happening, and usually it's happening when we're not trying to prep ourselves for it. We're not trying to freak ourselves out, which is something I tell my students, desperately tell them not to do. when they're doing this kind of work, because there was a student organization where that we'd helped develop. There was a paranormal group. A shout out to NUPS, Norwich University Paranormal Society, and I'm gonna put a note out there and hope that we can get the group going again, whether I'm there or not. I'm not there now at this point, but hey, excellent group, wonderful skills. Um, and I was teaching them everything I knew, and then they were teaching others what they knew and understood. And the campus is pretty active in that way. Very interesting place, and very good place. And I teach them how to go about doing this. And you can say that you're feeling something. Well, if anything, that tells me to take my equipment out. That tells me to, make sure I have my audio devices out, listening for things. And that's that particular kind. And then there's the more compact audio devices that you have out. You may have out, simple cat toys, which act as sensors. I have one that's back there that I don't even know if the camera can see it, but if it goes off and someone saw it blinking back there, please tell me. But these are go off because now you notice I'm holding it in my hand while it's blinking. It'll stop, and what it's waiting for is just movement of some sort. Pretty. See, it's not easily. There you go, which makes it go off again. Now, if you blow real hard on it, that will also do it. So if you sit it on a breezy floor, you might not want to. But if you sit on a floor there where there's not much of a draft, and it's a floor that doesn't shake well from people moving on it, like a cement floor, then again, it's also a good tool to use. But you got to watch where you set it and test it out so you don't get false positives. Um, but they're really fun when you're trying to direct the camera at it, turn it, put it in a corner somewhere, and leave it, and it starts getting messed with and rolling around, and it blinks. Anyway, I tell people to listen, and when you get those strange kind of feelings, you feel weird, the hair's starting to stand up on your neck, break out your equipment and ask nicely if someone's there or someone wants to speak, or maybe they are speaking and you need to be recording. Some people can hear and see, but it's harder to get that evidence on technology, but it can be done. So because sometimes technology is calibrated at the same um, quantum level as the equipment for some strange reason, and they'll catch a voice or a sound, the exact same thing the person who can hear it catches. Sometimes the equipment will see something, another person who can sense that sort of thing will see it clearly. These things, if people don't know how to handle their abilities, they lose their minds. They go crazy. Sometimes their abilities are triggered by horrific events in life, horrific violations, acts of violence and violation on a person's body, a car accident, or all sorts of accident, massive mental trauma from war or from fear. These kind of things, being brought up in a maybe in an existence where you're always afraid of someone, a particular someone close to you, and that's massive trauma that may have triggered your abilities, and you're not able to handle them, not able to understand what's going on with them, thinking you're crazy, taking all sorts of medicines that end up breaking down your mental and physical state anyway, and end up doing more harm than good. But you're being stuffed with medications and all these things instead of getting someone to help you train to control your abilities of seeing people and seeing things and hearing voices. Explore those areas. Learn to shut them down and close them off and only open them when you need them. That kind of thing. So this is as much about people controlling their abilities and controlling being able to do this kind of work, and doing it with a deep sense of appreciation, of love for those that they're trying to help, who may need help, who may call out for help, even for those who may be mean or horrible. I get called certain words in this exploration in Cecil. I get called a particular word. Yeah. And you know what? I don't have any hate in my heart for them. No more than I do than for most people who might think they can throw that word at me. But when you get it from the paranormal world, from those trapped in between, or from those who may not be trapped, they just may never have been human and are using those words. It's I find it amusing more than I find it frightening. I don't find it all that frightening when humans use it, much less when when non-corporal beings that might have been human use it. So again, these are the kind of things you need to think about: is how do you react and what do you do when you get these kind of feels, when you get these kind of strange feelings. So let's keep moving on. Now, at this point, I have no idea what's going on, so let me flip back. What you see here is just me in the elevator. That's all it is. You're not missing anything.
So the blue fairy was supposed to be under surveillance?
Okay, I clearly was pausing my video at the time, and that's why it jumped. I jumped it once, but for the most part, it jumped on its own this last time. Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why this video changed over to the 20-second slot. I must have been, I don't know, I don't think I was out for 20 minutes, but anyway, when I saw the sign that it was under video surveillance and I didn't see the cam anywhere, I just decided to leave quickly. But at the same time, I did get both devices to get up the stairwell. We got up there. We did exactly what I wanted to. I say we. Speaking of the group messenger guardians, so I say we, because it's always a group effort to listen through videos, put things together, stuff like that. So I think
that took a bit before it cleared up.
But I'm definitely going to be picking to see what I was feeling and what I was picking up when I went up that stairwell. Because I went up the stairwell, and maybe again it was just a creepy kind of feeling when your hair stands up in the back of your neck. But I really wasn't looking to feel that way, and I wasn't feeling it the whole time I was walking through the hallways. That doesn't mean anything was there; it just means I didn't feel it. But once I started going up the stairwell, it's strange. That feeling just came up. I went, here's the stairwell, and suddenly that creepy feeling. Again, which I was speaking of the group messenger guardians, so I grew up, but when your hair stands up in the back of your neck, that stairwell came up when I went up that stair. I went up the stairwell.
Sorry about that, team. I'm trying to make this work right. Okay, let's see if we can do it again.
And suddenly that creepy feeling. Again, which I wasn't looking to happen, it just did. So, quite interesting, and that doesn't mean anything was there, it just means I didn't feel it. It stands up in the back of your neck, but I really wasn't looking. Definitely going to be picking to see what I was feeling and what I was picking up when I went up that stairwell, because anything was there, it just means I didn't feel it. That doesn't mean anything was there, it just means I didn't feel it. I wasn't looking to feel that feeling it the whole time I was walking through the...
Wow, this is getting strange. Only try and pull this. I'm going to have to pull it harder. There we go. I'm trying to get it to a certain point so that we're not going to watch the whole thing. What I am going to do is I'm going to change what's the program using this, because this just doesn't work very well. I'm going to use another. I'm going to try to get another application to open this. It works way better. All right. Okay. This one works way better. Okay.
Need to take my...
Okay. That's better.
3 days.
Well, that doesn't work.
And the stay on main or the Cecil hasn't helped at all. Take the audio recorder and do some EVP work through there too, but it's getting late and I need to take my cough medicine and congestion medicine and all this. Los Angeles hasn't been kind to my health since not long after I arrived, and the stay on Main or the Cecil hasn't helped at all either. I'm not going to go much into the history of this place other than with Les Lamb and all the other people and so much dreaded history from this hotel and this place. And that is the only place in the city that has this kind of history. It's just the most infamous. But I think because so much misery and poverty and death was here, concentrated in this building at one time, is why it has such a thick energy field. And also might be one of the reasons behind helping my immune system lower and me get sick. Usually when I'm traveling, I don't get sick very easily. And but it didn't help to have my immune system opened up. My own energy field's lowered, and it opens up to becoming sick.
Okay, so I'm trying to get past a lot of this point so we can, talk more on what's been going on. And there's just so much happening with this investigation. There's some points that where you will see in other videos where I turned off the light and decided to do a session because I kept picking up on some things in the room and things that were happening, and there was definitely things going on in the room. So that's where I turned the lights off and decided that I would go ahead and do a little bit of a recording.
Wants to be a part of what's going on and talk to us and see what's happening. I don't really have any other lights, but it would be interesting to know what's going on. So I'm going to turn this secondary device off, and I'm going to turn on the phone's flash, and turn on the phone's light. Okay, this is with the camcorder. If anyone's here, let me know. I do see someone. There's no window open and there's no fan running. Would anyone like to speak?
Okay, now this is a good spot to jump over to. I'm going to actually close this one down and go over to the videos that I was holding and show that I was holding a second video. I was holding the full second video when I did that.
Okay, we're running these on at the same time. If anyone would like to speak, please let us know.
Now, I want you all to pay close attention to what's going on. If anything, I'll say this about these rooms: they were not dusty. These rooms were used constantly, changed, cleaned. They weren't dirty by any means. I can't say that for the bathrooms out in the hallway, but these were definitely not dirty. Now, this was the same time I had my other camera in my hand that I was doing this with, which was the camcorder. But this, I believe, was my, it says vid. So this was, I think, my Windows device that was running when I did this. So what I want you to do is I want you to pay close attention to what's going on in the image. There's a lot of pulsating orbs running around the room, and they're not running around in mass groups, mass balls that move with the airflow. We're not talking about dust here. Those have dust doesn't really pulsate, and it also is moves very differently. Rain has a similar movement to. That's why we don't go looking for orbs outside, because if it's cloudy, it could be a rain particle or something like that. But rain moves the same way, so you want to be real careful with rain. But in a place where the window's not open, it's not raining. This is probably visually one of the freakiest videos. And for those who held on in the stream until we got to this point patiently, we've gotten to this point because I was waiting to get to the point where I used my camcorder to decide, okay, I'm going to turn the lights out. Then I knew I had to use the other images that I got, because these were better, and these were catching stuff that the other device wasn't seeing. Okay, so, and also for those who watched the preview, you saw this.
Okay, we're running these on at the same time. If anyone would like to speak, please let us know.
Let's do that one more time.
Okay, we're running these on at the same time.
Oh, wait.
If anyone would like to speak, please
Sorry, team.
let us know.
Hold on, sorry. I just realized you're not seeing anything. Sorry about that. Okay, you're not missing anything. It was only a few seconds. Hold on. Now, let's play it.
Okay, we're running these on at the same time. If anyone would like to speak, please let us know.
Those are orbs, I can assure you of that. They're blinking, they're pulsating. It's not dust.
And to hear your voice. Was that you I saw on the phone camera? So much residual energy here too. A lot of non-intelligent stuff with lots of residual from all the heartbreak and things that went on in this place.
And let me pause there for a moment. There's still some background noises that can be heard, and I was aware of it, so that's why I didn't need to say anything about background noise, because I could hear some. And it was way down on the ground. It was way down on the floor on the ground. But again, this was earlier in the night, so therefore background noises are easier to come by earlier in the night.
Okay, we're running these on at the same time.
So let me go back again, and I might run this again for you all again, just so you could hear it again.
The non-intelligent stuff with lots of residual from all the heartbreak and things that went on in this place. Here, this is another one. I don't have a light coming from
The orbs are crazy in this, so I'll run it again.
my camp, so if you see something or catch something, that's what you got going on.
Now, not sure which cam I was looking through and which cam I wasn't. I don't think I was looking through the other cam that I ended with you all, and I switched to this, to showing you the video from this one. I wasn't looking into that other cam, I don't believe. So that's why I kept saying, if you show up in the other cam if I don't see you here. And if I was saying, I see you, that means I saw the orbs, or I saw the energy there. Now, there is something, by the way, that happens in this that I might have to back it up so you can hear it, because it's Class A, which means there's no need to drag it into Audacity. There's no need to drag it into an analysis folder. It absolutely was not my voice. But we'll listen to it in just a moment. A few minutes. There's some seriously big time orbs in this.
I can feel some by me, just all around me. Alright. Well, like I said, I'm gonna shut the cam for.
Oh, it's crazy orb activity. This crazy.
Turn the cam off. I'm gonna turn on the light here. Thank you. Really appreciate letting us know who you are and hearing your voice. Nothing dark can come with me. Nothing can attach itself to me. Nothing can leave with me.
These blinking orbs coming at me. It's crazy.
I'm here to help, and there might be those out there who do not like that. But it does not matter, because too many of us are out here, and we are out here to help and do our job. I want to thank you all. Coming to you from the Cecil, this is Messenger Guardians. April 4th, early morning hours of April 4th, 2016. Saying goodnight to everyone.
And they kept showing up. Okay, we're going to run this one more time because I think there's something in here I needed to show you that I forgot. I don't even see how I could have forgotten if it's in this.
Okay, we're running these on at the same time. If anyone would like to speak, please let us know.
Wow, these are not, this is not dust. Check that out again.
Okay, we're running these on at the same time. If anyone would like to speak, please let us know.
Look at them. I'm pausing on these. Look at these. On this side of your screen. I know you can't see it because I don't have my cursor visible. But yeah, it's crazy.
We're running these on at the same time. If anyone would like to speak.
There it is. Thought I'd stop that right there. Oh, sorry people, that's not dust. But I was hoping to get that stopped. So, and get a good frame shot of that. And I'm going to take a frame shot. Yeah, there we go. Well, I'm going to take a frame shot of that. So yeah, that's something I
please let us know.
There was another one.
And here to hear your voice.
Okay, now I'm going to back that up because there's something going on.
And here to hear your voice. Was that you I saw? And here to hear your voice.
Okay, strange because I didn't stop to say that I was hearing whatever that was in the background, so I'm not sure what that sound is. But those orbs are all over the place in this shot. They were in here way more than they ever had been.
Voice. Was that you I saw on the phone camera? So much residual energy here too. A lot of non-intelligent stuff, but lots of residual from all the heartbreak and things that went on in this place. There's another one.
They're all over the place.
I don't have a light coming from my other cam, so if you see something or catch something, that's what you got going on. I can feel someone by me, just all around me.
Try and keep memory about the spot where I'm standing in the room, because I'm going to play another video where I'm talking about where I'm standing in this portion of the room where I say something. It's wild.
Alright. Well, I think that's it. I'm going to shut the phone cam off. I'm going to turn on the light here. Thank you. appreciate letting us know who you are and hearing your voice. Nothing dark can come with me. Nothing can attach itself to me. Nothing can leave with me. I'm here to help, and there might be those out there who do not like that. But it does not matter, because too many of us are out here, and we are out here to help and do our job. I want to thank you all. Coming to you from the Cecil, this is Messenger Guardians. April 4th, early morning hours of April 4th, 2016. Saying goodnight to everyone.
Now, I'm not ending my street. That's just what I said there. There is something that I want to show you all that is really important for me to show. So let me pull it up. I absolutely have to pull it up because you've got to hear it.
It's running in the dark.
Okay, that wasn't what I wanted you to hear. Okay. Let me try, see if I can pull this up.
So if anyone would like to speak, please do. Here you go. I can see you.
Okay. This isn't actually it, but this is actually a piece of the exact same video that where I was doing the same filming, but I had two cameras running at the same time, and you couldn't see any of the orbs in this camera.
So if anyone would like to speak, please do. Here you go.
Well, actually, yeah, you could. This was strange.
I can see you.
I guess this was off the same camera. Because my camcorder's not good at picking them up at all. You had to have the camcorder in some really special light to even be able to see those orbs.
So if anyone would like to speak.
And I say special light, it's because they gotta want to show up for that camera. And again, dust shows up in huge droves. But this place was very clean. It just has a horrible reputation, and it's old.
Please do.
Man, they were everywhere. Y'all are singing. And
here you go. I can see you.
Okay, but that was definitely not exactly where I was talking about. But let me try and pull up the video I am talking about. Thank you guys for
and it's still running in the dark.
Thank you, by the way, for staying, watching me. I know this stream is a little longer than what I wanted. Oh man, here's another one. Okay, I'm gonna open this with my other program. That's crazy. I didn't see that until now. See, again, this is what this show is all about. Okay, now I'm going to switch over here, let you all see it. Look down towards the bottom third of the screen, bottom to bottom third, as it's running. There, there, there. Now, when I did that originally, this is not the same night because everything's moved off the bed. This was the night before when I was running water, and I didn't notice this video. I didn't notice it at all. I didn't notice these orbs in this one. So it's kind of crazy that I'm showing you all because I'm just now seeing that that's the case. Oh my goodness. Again, that's the point or purpose of this exploration, of these explorations. But I've got to find the video. I've been wanting to find you because it's crazy. You've got to hear it.
Who's here with me? It's 5:36 in the morning on March 31st, 2016. And, it's 5:36 in the morning.
Okay, you guys, I found it, and you've actually already heard it. You heard her. I'm gonna show it to you in a moment. I'll switch over and show you in just a moment. You're gonna hear a sound, a sound. Okay, while I'm talking, it's not me. I didn't make the sound. It's not me. Okay, it's gonna be right around the 12-second area, 12 to 14-second area. Here it is.
Who's here with me? It's 5:36 in the morning on March 31st, 2016. And,
there it is. Now I'm going to let you see the video, since all you did was hear, because I needed your attention on listening. Okay, the sound. That's why I wanted you to hear the sound first before you saw the video, so you're not distracted by the images, by imagery. So we're going to roll it back, and we're going to play that one more time. I usually do this several times because it's the way you have to listen to files. Now listen to it, okay?
who's here with me? It's 5:36 in the morning on March 31st, 2016. And,
that right behind me, that was not me. And there's all sorts of orbs running around that room. And then you hear a class A, like someone's in there going, exactly that movement with the mouth. Exactly that movement. One more time and I'll let it finish. Let's back it up to about 6 seconds.
who's here with me? It's 5:36 in the morning on March 31st, 2016. And,
It's at 17 seconds. I apologize. I said 12 earlier. I stand corrected. Because I brought up my timer. It's 17 seconds. You hear that voice before you hear me breathe in, because I just finished and something went and breathed out really heavily. Do you know I didn't hear it? I did not hear that in the room. That came across in the room as if my device, which I believe was this, because it's the only one that had the light. Actually, I don't think it has a light on it, so I don't even know where the light was coming from, because I don't know where I had the light turned on. I really don't know. I think my phone. I was using my phone's light. Anyway, this was recording that. This caught it as if it were a human ear catching it, as if it was in the room. And, I got my technology looking at me as if I'm stupid. Well, how could you not hear that? That was quite audible. That was Class A audible. Yeah. And I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it until 2 or 3 weeks ago, just before I decided I was going to start the Twitch program, this program up, start the show. So yeah, that's one of the things that led me to start it, was running this vid. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it back and I'll run the whole thing in its entirety.
who's here with me? It's 5:36 in the morning on March 31st, 2016. And,
Okay, so I said I was gonna run it all the way through, but that can't be. It can't be this. It really can't be this running, and I'll tell you why. It's because you see this sitting on the table. You see it lying on the table. So it couldn't have been this. So I must have been using my phone. My phone cam. That's where the light, by the way, was coming from, was my phone. So, okay. it's important to always make sure that those kind of things are pointed out on the show.
It's 5:36 in the morning on March 31st, 2016. To stay on Main or the Cecil, or I almost called it the Cortez. Los Angeles here.
I almost called it the Cortez because of American Horror Story Hotel. Yeah, that was based off of this hotel, if you all didn't already know that.
Outside noise.
You see, I'm telling you there's outside noises. I'm actually making the claim in them as I'm hearing them. So if there is a sudden outside noise that I don't say that it's there, or isn't obvious and I don't have to say it, or have said it earlier, then yeah, you need to tell me if you hear something in this that I don't pick up. That was me. My coffee cup. I don't know why my coffee cup. I must have reached over while I was doing that with the phone. Alright, so let's roll. That was one of the most important ones I wanted to show you. But then there was the time when during the exploration, here's the part where it was really bad up in the hallway.
So this is the 14th floor where Alyssa Lamb's same elevator she was in. And then that's the cam. And here is where that person had to have been standing. So, right here.
So let me pull back on this. Sorry about that. But there is something that you needed to hear that I didn't get a chance to show you or to let you listen to. So let me open it up.
So this is the 14th floor where Alyssa Lamb's same.
Okay. Let me back up. It was an extension to me being up on the 14th floor. I must have gone up there on another night, or on the same night. I'm not sure. This would have been the second. So I went up. This was me going back up to the 14th floor again. So let me put the video. I'm set to play it now from the start. It's only about a minute and change, but there's something really important that I need to play on one of these that I told you about earlier, and I want to consistently make sure you hear it. Okay.
So this is the 14th floor where Alyssa Lamb's same elevator she was in. And then that's the cam. And here is where that person had to have been standing. So, right here. Because the foot in the image was right here. And whoever it was would have been holding the button like this in order for make that thing stay open. And the girl was freaking out. It was crazy. So you had to keep holding it in order for it to do that. Anyway, I'm going down to 4. We're never really going to know what happened entirely. But again, this is... If there's anybody around, I'm right here.
And right about there is where you also hear the sound of another voice.
So this is the 14th floor where Alyssa Lamb's same elevator.
Let me pause that real quick and drag it and drop it down to that spot where you should hear it. Oh, there we are. Having a hard time getting my clicker down there. All right, let's see if we can hear it. All right. Yeah, you hear a hey. So let's back that up one more time. There it is again. Hey. Oh, so that's the second time really tonight that hey voice has been caught in video. But again, there's another video I want to show you all that that is really important because you need to hear something that came across in it. All right, let's pull it up. Okay, I must have missed it on an earlier video. Let me see if I can make sure it comes up.
So this is the 14th floor where Alyssa Lamb is the same elevator she was in.
Paid. It's not this one. Oh, I know it's here. I know it's here because I want to hear you all hear it. I want you all to hear it before I go. So I really need you to hear it.
So this is the 14th floor where Alyssa Lamb is the same elevator.
Not this one. Just not this one. Another hallway exploration video. Here we are. Yeah, that's it. You all heard this one before, so I need to try and find where this is coming from on here. It is really odd. What's interesting is trying to be able to find it. I think I can find it another way. There's another way I can find this for you all because you really, really need to hear it. So let's hope I should be able to find this. I should be able to find this. Okay. Let's see if we can find this. It's really important that you all hear it. It's so important. All right. All right. It's really strange that I'm not finding it. See, trying to see if I can find it because I know that video. You really should hear it because it was kind of wild when I heard it. Oh. Kind of weird. This is the kind of tedious part that occurs when we're doing this kind of work, when you're trying to get a piece for you to actually listen to, and we're trying to find it. I'm trying to find it, and it's not always the easiest thing to do. It's not always easy. It's just weird that suddenly, oh, well, there's a reason why I can't find it. Hold on. Let me see. hope that I can find this for you all. It's really important that you hear it. I didn't do this tonight just to get for this piece to get away. All right. All right. Okay. Here. That's interesting. Huh. It's interesting because the device I used to bring this file up so you all could see it, suddenly the program I use is not here. It's just not here anymore. That's weird because it should be. Wow. I'm going to. It's strange because it was one of the videos where I'm roaming a hall and someone says something rather disgustingly derogatory to me, and it's really, really messed up. And I'm thinking, okay, I want my team to hear this. I want the group to hear this, this information and hear this come up. So I'm definitely going to try and look for this. Oh, I think I know what happened to it. Yeah, I think I know what happened. Oh, there it is. Let's see if we can open up what I was working on so you all can see it. All right. That's interesting. It won't bring it up. And it acts as if it's not here now, which does tend to happen when I'm investigating. And sometimes when I'm investigating, things happen with technology that is really just crazy. Isn't worth getting upset over by any means. But there is something that I wanted to let you all to hear that went on in that. So I'm going to try and pull it up another way because it's really important that you all get to hear it. Oh Lord, luckily I've got my shot up here so where you were just looking at me for a moment. Not that I'm the cutest thing to look at, but let me. If you've signed up for my channel, then you signed up to at least get something interesting out of this. So let's go back over here. See if we can find that one video that's real necessary. Okay, task cam studio analysis. Okay, nope. Okay. Okay, this reason being is there's one more Cecil video that you've got to hear. It's just really important y'all hear this. I know it's in this lineup. gonna check one more. I'm gonna do this one more time.
Again, the camera is unjammed, and
Let's
there's
see
a
if
2
this
minute
is
head start on the video in Windows against the video here.
I mean, I'm thinking I must have missed it in this one, so I'm gonna listen to it one more time in this, and it's really something you gotta hear. So, all right, turned it up for you all to hear.
And the first thing we're going to do is head up to 14th floor. Now again, in the video, there's a foot spotted right here. The person had to have been holding the button here. And you can hear music, by the way, up on this floor. There's no music on the 4th floor, but there's music on the 14th and on the third. It's strange. Not strange, but it's just that it's strange that music is popping in on random floors. So, that button was being held in. She moved her way around the person whose foot was right here. This is the floor she disappeared on. Alice Lamb disappeared. I'm down in Los Angeles. This is the same floor she disappeared on. Alice Lamb disappeared on this floor. This is the Cecil. But I'm trying to apart from the voices down. Happened to Alyssa. It's important to know what happened to her. Where would the roof access point be? Outside.
There it is. Oh, crap. Oh. And it's so much louder than I thought. It is so much louder than I thought. You guys probably heard this earlier, and I missed it, and I went looking for it originally. Oh, man. That's it. And you guys had to have heard the word. I'm not going to repeat it here. But, yeah, the N-word's a favorite. Here, listen again. It's at 5:57. And the plural was put on the word too, and it was said loudly. It was actually 5:56, 5:57, somewhere in there. Listen to it one more time. You guys heard that? That was crazy. I have to play it one more time. And you heard it there. Oh, man. I guess you're probably wondering, why does it make me laugh? It does frighten me for a moment because that's the word they chose to use. But then I'm immediately amused, and that was the file I was looking for the whole time, by the way. While I was realizing that it was acting like I hadn't done anything, and it was crazy. So I'll deal with all that other computer stuff later. It's not important. But that was the word. That was that again. I didn't discover that until just like a week ago. after I did the first episode on Twitch, did I not notice this? So you all are listening to this. Some of this stuff are hearing it for the first time. Or in the range of the first time that I heard it. But if you think this is wild, again, we watched this video, and for some reason my mind wasn't. I was thinking it was in another one, and it was in this one. And maybe we could have ended 15, 20 minutes earlier. But you know what? That's just the nature of the beast when dealing with this kind of work. But yeah, let me go ahead and finish this tiny bit off, and there's 3 smaller ones that involve them waking me up in the middle of the night and it getting really bad for me because I could not sleep, and that's where I wanted to close that. One more time, 5 seconds. I just had to play that again. Wow.
I don't know what's there.
I can assure you that word was not in the song you heard playing. That classic R&B song you heard playing.
Now this is the 15th floor.
So, and it makes sense that I was called that epithet right as I made it to the stairwell. Because when I made it to the stairwell in December, several months later, when I got to that stairwell, it was much worse than that word. What happened to me was much worse. And you'll hear that in the when I go over the second episode. I'm not making it unavailable. At least I don't think I did in YouTube. But I'm doing the analysis, and then I'm going to put it all together more professionally, as a show, as an episode kind of thing. And anyone who wants to watch the analysis part where we're talking about it, great. Ultimately, guys, I'll have my comments up. You'll be able to ask me questions, and I'll be able to try and answer them. You'll also be able to send me files, and then I can make part of my episode listening to things that you all send to me. And be honest about the things you do send. Don't send me stuff that's obviously fake or whatever. I'm not always going to be able to know that. But at times I can feel when I'm being taken, and I just don't want that happening. I can say, yeah, something's there, but I don't know the nature of it. How did you get it? How did you come about the recording? I want people to be honest, and I expect people to be honest and be human with me.
And it looks like the roof access point is up here. If anybody knows anything and wants to speak.
Okay, so we saw the roof access point video already. We saw those. So, oh my goodness. You guys may have heard that at a point where you didn't know whether I heard it or not, and then people like to get uncomfortable because they don't know whether or not I want to know that was there. Well, I absolutely would have wanted to know, but these here were happening when when they wouldn't leave me alone and wouldn't let me sleep, and they're short. So, but I wanted to play them for you.
Okay.
This is 15 seconds, but I wanted to play them. You do see me actually play. You actually see my bed made up like this in the videos I do. But this is when I got up and hadn't turned on my camera lights yet. But so I wanted you to see these. They're only a few seconds long, but I wanted to analyze them because I wanted to see if anything would come across that we hadn't heard yet, and that I had not heard yet. I'm gonna go through the time doing all of this. Might as well make sure we get what we can get. And again, I've got a lot of the Audacity files, but again, you've seen me do that. So the only time I'm going to bring that out is when I absolutely have to bring that out. So here we go. And this is the last of the little videos, and then we're gonna wrap her up for the night.
Okay, I know someone's here. I can hear you. Is there something you need me to do for you? Let me know, please. Is there something hear you? Here, I can hear you. Is there something you need me to do for you? Let me know, please. 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 Let me know, please.
There's someone speaking at between the 11th and 12th second in there. There's someone making a response at between the 11th and 12th second. I think this was around 5, and then someone wouldn't leave me alone, and I wanted to be up around 7, and they were waking me up, and I could actually hear at around the 11 or 12th second in this video. So so let me show you it, because again, it's more about what I can hear, but let me show you the video. Also, for the fact that I forget, even on a 15-second video, I've managed to not hit the button that shows you what I was doing. So listen for about 11 seconds in.
Okay, I know someone's here. I can hear you. Is there something you need me to do for you? Let me know, please.
Okay, so again, 11 seconds.
Okay, I know someone's here. I can hear you. Is there something you need me to do for you? Let me know, please.
Okay, let's do it one more time.
Okay, I know someone's here. I can hear you. Is there something you need me to do for you? Let me know, please.
Okay, it's about 12 seconds. And now it's harder to hear for some strange reason, but I did hear it each time. So there's two more really super short videos that I want you to hear with me. But again, it's in there. But then I turned my light on, is what I did in these two, because again, they woke me up.
I'll try to do what I can, but I need some sleep first, okay? I feel you around me, and
Here's the orbs.
I see you.
More of them.
I know you're here.
Oh.
I'll try to do what I can, but I need some sleep first,
So
okay?
I don't know what you all can hear, but other than my breathing, there wasn't anything else there. Now my breathing. Now let's listen. We listen. Let's look. This is just the same space, different night, because it was like a last night, different night.
I'll try to do what I can, but I need
It's
some
everywhere.
sleep first, okay? I feel you around me, and I see you.
You guys can see it better on the OBS screen.
I know
Wow.
you're here.
Okay, there was something towards the end there. We'll play it again and jump it towards the end.
I'll try. You're here.
Ooh. One more time. Okay, there's a thumping. sound right at the end, almost like someone was walking and dropping something down, um, or a closing door, but there was no door closing out in a room, out in a hotel or anything. One more time. Let's listen to that towards the end.
I know you're here.
One more time.
I know you're here.
Okay. Those are, I mean, it's hard to hear unless you're using, unless there's earphones on to where you can actually hear it. So let me shut that down for a second and play the last one that I wanted to play that, you know, that,
Let me know what you need.
okay, this is 27 seconds long. This is the, again, this was the night that I was, I was leaving the next day, so.
Let me know what you need if you need my help.
Orbs all over the place on this one.
I need you to let me rest, okay? I'll see what I can do about talking to you. Hearing your story, hearing your voice.
One more time.
Let me know what you need if you need my help. I need you to let me.
Okay, so you listen again, if you listen really kind of carefully, and look at the number of orbs that I catch.
Let me know what you need if you need my help. I need you to let me rest, okay? I'll see what I can do about talking to you. Hearing your story, hearing your voice.
Look, all I can say is that that place was loaded with entities, and this is just me being there, and this isn't even half of what I've got. I've got so much stuff, you know, so many videos that, you know, that went on like this. I think you guys saw this one. I think I showed you guys this earlier. Yeah, so really just an insane level of things going on.
And it's still running in the dark.
Okay, that was something I didn't delete that I probably should have. Okay, I showed you guys this one, so I'm not going to bring the screen over on that one again. I'm just trying to make sure that we got what we got, because I had a whole lineup, and I wanted to make sure that we got to experience the
It's running in the dark. And it's running in the dark. And it's running in the dark. And it's running in the dark.
I keep playing that one over, guys, because there's nothing on the screen. It's just audio. Me trying to, I had the lights out, and I was trying to do something with the equipment, and it was running in the dark. And I kept feeling like I was hearing something or someone behind that. That's why I played it over. So if you guys hear something, definitely tell me. Definitely let me know what you hear, what you discover. in that. So I think I pretty much got the stuff out that I wanted to play out for you all. I think I got to play the stuff up that was useful. There's so much more stuff. There's absolutely so much more stuff going on that's useful to play. That you know that's very useful to play. So I mean, there is going to be a second. We're going to do another one, but there's so much more going on. I don't have any. I don't have any previews yet, but we're going to do the Cecil part two again when we come back, because I want to keep it going while the Cecil is hot, while things are going on, and that's not what it's about. It's not about something being hot, but we'll keep it going while it's necessary, and so that you all can really understand it and really be interested in what's going on with these kind of investigations. For me, it's really important that you do it. I'm going to bid you good night. I'm going to leave you with one of my favorite closures that I enjoy doing with, and I am going to professionally put these Cecil pieces together. I don't know if I'm going to put parts 1 and 2 together in the same video as far as the YouTube style video goes. This Twitch will be transferred over into YouTube, but I mean actually putting these together, I had already started putting them into a regular YouTube video. So an exploration. So I'll do my best and see what I can do with that. But anyone that wants to look back at the analysis and some of the discoveries, again, tedious work, won't lie, but it's something that I really enjoy doing. And for those of you who held on watching, thank you. And I'm Glennie. I'm Glennie, and I am, of course, coming to you from Messenger Guardians Paranormal, which is my favorite thing to come to you from. And I can't tell you how much I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
According to a number of stories, this is the area of great